Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, yeah, just getting my drink here. Yeah, I'm kind of here to give you guys my review, video review, of course, on an issue I got today. I got it, as soon as I got home from work tonight or yesterday now, seeing as though it's about 1:51 in the morning. Uh, but what I got here is the conclusion to Ambush Part 2 of 2. It was a two-parter Ambush in Sonic the Hedgehog issue 267. And I have to say that it was a decent conclusion and it had a surprising outcome. It really did. It had an outcome I didn't see coming. I didn't. You know, I mean, of course, for months I've been saying it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. It actually was an outcome that really was surprising, probably not just to new readers, but to longtime readers. Um, but basically, overall, how does the story stack up for continuation and conclusion? For basically the last issue of 2015, the last story of 2000, not 2015, but for the last issue of 2014, and mostly the last story arc, a mini arc, if you will, of 2014. Well, I have to say that it stacks up all right. I mean, I like how they kind of start off with Moss and Sonic, of course, Sonic and Werehog form, continuing where they left off at the end of last month's issue with them racing each other. I do like that. I do like the fact that you have acknowledgement from Moss that he is inspired by the progress that Sonic has made since taking him on as a mentor and helping him to, you know, kind of subdue that inner beast that's within him. And I really like that. I really I really like how that how that works. I really do. I do like how he's made Sonic realize that it's not you personally that's changed, it's just you that's changed on the inside. And that you, from a personality standpoint, the real you, the true you, can fight no matter what your shape is. You can control whatever power you may have in that shape. I like that. I really do. Now, of course, this encouragement and praise and inspiration and all that is interrupted by Thunderbolt setting that machine that she had created in the last issue after them. And of course, this puts them into battle at the same time that we leave off with uh, with last issue's mission slash ambush, as the title is suggesting, with Sally, Bunny, and Antoine. Now, apparently, they're still pinned down. They're fighting as best they can, trying to get the upper hand. You have Sally trying to help. You have Bunny trying to say, "Hey, can you get? If you guys come this way, I can blast one of them." But she can't do it while she's being pinned down by a flying E100. Antoine, he's countering Sally by saying, because Sally's saying, "Hey, we need cover. I'm gonna need cover," and Antoine counters that by saying, "Hey, we need the cover." So they keep trying to fight off and fend for the lives against the robots, right? The E100s. Now they do find an opening for Sally to try to get to the Emerald. But what happens is the machine that the Emerald is in basically has claws attached to it, so Sally's got to use her blades to get through these things, these little claws, to try to get to the Emerald, but they're still being pinned down. So what happens is Rotor, he sees this, he tells Tails and Nicole, I mean not Tails and Nicole, but Tails and Amy to come with him. He gives full command to Sky Patrol to Nicole, and they go into battle to help out their friends. Now at the same time, of course, Sonic, Mighty, and Ray and Moss are dealing with this machine that Thunderbolt sent after them in their own way. they're dealing with this, and they come up with a solution to use Sonic's new stretchiness with his arms, use that stretchiness he now has with his arms. Sonic comes up with the idea to use that to volt him like a slingshot, using Mighty's help and everything. Ray distracting the machine, and Mighty, of course, using his strength to pull Sonic back. To, like I said, use his stretching arms as a catapult to volt him towards or launch him towards the machine and tackle it. Now, of course, this ends up helping them defeat the machine, and Thunderbolt is not happy about it. Now, at the same time, like I said, we got the situation with Sally and Tails and Rotor and Bunny and Antoine, and they're all doing their best to get to the Emerald. And just when it's like, Sally's like, okay, that's it. We can't do this. We can't get the Emerald. This mission is basically a failure. What is she? Yeah, she calls it basically a failure. The mission's gone up in smoke. So they decide they got to make a retreat back to Sky Patrol. Unfortunately, Eggman has accounted for that. He has an electronic net that pins them in. You see Eggman, he's enjoying this. He's enjoying what he sees and everything. And he basically says that this will teach Sally a lesson to steal from him. So, and you have Orbot kind of being a little peculiar, a little curious as to, why even put the Emerald in danger of being stolen. And Eggman's like, look, even if we lost the Emerald, I know where it'd be, because we find out that at the end of that side story, I think about an issue or so ago, Eggman held up the Tails doll, right? So basically, we find out why the Tails doll is being brought back. The Tails doll is going to act like a spy, basically feeding audio and video information back to Eggman, so he can know exactly when and where the Freedom Fighters are going to find another Emerald. So basically, he's turning the cards on them. It looks like, as we get into the new year. But anyway, getting back to the story, Eggman has them all trapped and is basically having them all blasted at. And I mean, he's basically having the E-robots and stuff blast at Sally, Bunny, Antoine, Rotor, Tails, Amy. And surprise, surprise, Cream is watching this. She's worried. Nicole says there's nothing that they can do, because if they try to fire upon the E-robots, they can't really fire upon them without probably firing and hitting their friends. So Cream decides, you know what? I'm taking matters into my own hands. Big, you come with me. She basically is telling Nicole, send the Chow to the hangar to meet up with me and Big. So basically, Cream here takes charge, which is surprising. I like the fact that they've given Cream a little bit of spotlight. Whether you're a Cream the Rabbit fan or not, they've given her some spotlight. So basically, Cream and Big they show up flying, and of course, she flies with her ears, and Big showing up on the hoverboard, enabling sort of a distraction, if you will, while the Chow basically causing the distraction, which enables Sally, Rotor, Bunny, Antoine, and Tails and Amy to escape and get back to Sky Patrol. And as soon as they're on board, Sally's like, Nicole, get us the hell out of here right now. So they end up retreating in defeat, and Sally basically admits that Eggman played her, that Eggman used what she had done, used the information she had stole against them, that basically what she had stolen from him, he worked against her, and she acknowledged that basically it was all a failure, and that he basically played her like a chump. But I like what they do with Amy here. They kind of have Amy try to reassure her, look, okay, we lost, but we're going to get it back. But Sally, of course, is down in the dumps a little bit for the fact that it was a trap, a blatant trap, and that Eggman, like I said, had played her like a chump, because he was using what she had stole against him, the information she had stolen from him, against them. So anyway, long story short, Sonic gets reunited with his friends when Tails comes picks him up. Tails gives him the news. And Sally basically, when he sees how everybody is, he's like, "Whoa, I know you." He's like, "Whoa, when you guys said you were intact, I was happy about that, but sheesh, how much glue did you have to use?" And of course, you have Bunny, I guess, sarcastically saying, "Your sympathy is encouraging or enduring Sugarhawk." So, but anyway, long story short, again, Sally basically explains what happened, says that everything that she had taken from the Death Egg, the information is useless now, and they no longer have the edge they had in trying to find the emeralds. But Sonic, being Sonic, encourages her and says, "Hey, look, when did we ever need that? I've been the edge. I just wasn't there when I should have been." And he even admits that he should have been there when he finds out it was 3E robots that attacked them. So Sonic's like, "Look, if anybody should take a little bit of the blame, it should be me because I should have been there. I should have been there because I should have taken care of what was alienating me, what was alienating me long ago. I should have taken care of this whole Werehog situation a long time ago and not wait till the last minute." So basically, Sonic does take a bit of the blame himself because he knows that if he had been there, there is no way they would have lost. Yeah. But like I said, I'm just checking the time there because I got about 15 minutes on my YouTube channel, my videos on YouTube. But anyway, Sonic takes the blame, a little bit of the blame, because he admits he should have taken care of what was happening to him a long ago so that he could have been there to help them. And I do like how they give Sonic that character development of admitting, "Hey, I should have been there when you guys needed me. I shouldn't have been, not acknowledging what was wrong. I should have not put my pride ahead of me." And of course, this kind of, cheers Sally up a little bit. She's like, you know, it kind of cheers her up a little bit because Sonic assures that, "Hey, when did we ever have to have an edge in the past? You know, when did we have to do? When did we ever have one to beat Eggman?" And did we ever? Basically, he's like, "Hey, did we have?" He kind of cheers Sally up by reminding her that, "Hey, we never had an edge in the past, did we?" And she's like, "No." And he's like, "Good, because guess what? Eggman won one today. What does that make him? One point to our 100?" So it kind of perks her up a little bit. He goes on to say that, "Hey, we're the best team on this jigsaw puzzle planet, and it bar none, and that Eggman's not going to have the edge, is not going to have the emerald for much longer, and they're going to make sure of that." So basically, he kind of perks everybody up by reminding them, "Look, we've beaten Eggman before, and we've never had to have any kind of edge like that in the past." Of course, I think if anybody that watches Saturday AM has read the previous comics would kind of argue that. But anyway, he reminds them that, hey, even, we've never really needed an edge to beat Eggman. So far and above, so overall, it's really nice to see this character development for all the characters. From Sally acknowledging that she got played by a fool, and that because of her pride and depending on what she had stolen, she never thought for a second that it was going to be used against them. I like how they make her acknowledge, you know what? From now on, I can't rely on that. I've got to now basically have a second backup plan in mind, because now we know what we're going to be up against. I like that. I do like the ending. Sonic telling them, "Hey, let's get back to work. Let's get back to business." Asking Nicole if she knows, what another emerald is. And ironically, this leads us into a last page, which is a bit of an epilogue / prologue with Breezy, and getting us ready for the Champion story arc next month and next year. So overall, a decent story, decent conclusion, a decent final story and final issue for this year. And here's to looking to next year and seeing what's in store. And that's all I'm going to say. And I do recommend reading it because it has some decent character development and moments. Comments below.